Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful tool in English grammar, the zero conditional. Seriously, if you ever want to state a fact with total, absolute confidence, this is what you need. So let's dive right in. So just think about it for a second. How do you actually talk about something that has a guaranteed outcome? Like a law of science, or just a simple universal truth? Well, that's the exact question we're going to answer today.
All right, let's get right to the heart of what the zero conditional is all about. If you remember one word, remember this: certainty.
So the zero conditional is for stuff that is 100% true, every single time. We're talking general truths, scientific facts, anything where one action has a totally predictable, unavoidable result. There's no maybe, no perhaps, it just is. And this right here, this is the simplest way to think about it. If a certain cause happens, a certain effect is absolutely going to follow. It's like a direct, unbreakable link. This simple idea is the foundation for everything else we're going to cover. So, how do we actually build these sentences? Well, the good news is there's a really simple, super reliable blueprint to follow. Let's check it out. It's basically a two-part recipe. First, you have your condition, that's the if part, and it uses the present simple tense. Then you have your result, which also uses the present simple tense. If this happens, that happens. It really is as simple as that. And here's a really cool thing you can do. You can totally flip the structure around. You can state the result first and then the condition. The meaning stays exactly the same. The only little grammar trick to remember is that when you put the if part second, you can just drop the comma. For instance, instead of saying if you heat ice, it melts, you can say ice melts if you heat it. See that? Same meaning, just a slightly different rhythm and no comma. It's a great little trick to add some variety to your speaking.
Okay, so we've got the formula down. Now, where do we actually see this in the real world? Let's look at some practical, everyday applications. You'll see the zero conditional pop up in three main places: stating general truths that pretty much everyone knows, explaining scientific laws that are always consistent, and, maybe my favorite, talking about our own personal habits and routines. Here is a perfect example of a general truth. I mean, this isn't some complex scientific paper, right? It's just a basic fact about how the world works. If you do the action of mixing red and blue, the result is always purple. The zero conditional is absolutely perfect for expressing scientific facts. The condition here is a lack of water, and the guaranteed result? The plant dies. It's an undisputed law of biology, plain and simple. And this is where it gets personal. See, this isn't a universal law for everybody, but for me, this is a 100% true fact. It describes a personal cause and effect that's totally predictable in my life. It's like my body has a rule: coffee after 5 p.m. means no sleep. End of story. Okay, here's a great pro tip that'll make you sound even more natural. In almost every zero conditional sentence, you can swap out the word if for when, and the meaning doesn't change at all. And why is that? Well, because the outcome is certain. It's not a question of if it will happen, but just a matter of when. So, saying if water reaches 100 degrees, it boils, means the exact same thing as when water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. It's a small change, but it really hammers home that idea of absolute certainty. Now, let's talk about the one thing that trips a lot of people up: the difference between the zero conditional and its very close cousin, the first conditional. Nailing this difference is really the key to mastering both. Okay, here's the absolute crucial difference. The zero conditional is for facts that are always true, like universally. The first conditional, on the other hand, is for a possible thing that might happen in the future. Just look at the examples. If you heat water, it boils. That's a general scientific law. But if you heat the water, it will boil. That's talking about a specific pot of water right now and what will probably happen. So you see, it's a universal fact versus a specific possibility. Whew, we've covered a lot of ground. So let's wrap it all up with a few key takeaways to make sure this all really sticks with you. If you only remember 4 things from this whole explainer, make it these. Number 1, zero conditional is for 100% true facts. 2, it's all about that simple cause and effect. 3, that magic formula is if plus present simple, present simple. And 4, you can often swap if with when. That's really the core of it right there. And with that, I'm going to leave you with one final thought to help you put this into practice. Think about your own life, your habits, your weird quirks.
What's one zero conditional truth that's just for you? If I what? Answering that for yourself is the absolute best way to make this knowledge your own. Thanks for watching.